also YouTubers, I guess.
YouTube famous.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to 1,000 subscribers. I'm
you
gonna
need
be a millionaire.
4,000 to get. You need 4,000 to get a net worth.
Yeah.
The Rock has like 202 million something net worth.
Who?
The Rock, John Johnson.
Ah, okay. Yeah, he's a rich guy, isn't he?
Yeah. Wait, does he have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's got YouTube.
Guys, let's focus, all right?
Okay.
So let's go through this question. So a freight train starts at LA and starts to Chicago at 40 miles per hour. Well, I want to go through, actually, yeah, I'll go through it now with you guys. So what I want to go through now with you is the 6 rules of solving a math question, okay? It's not like actual rules, it's just like this, or like tips that I've made up that helped me, but maybe might help you guys out as well.
Hi.
All right. So, rule number 1 that I want you to write down. Rule number 1 is read the question. Pretty obvious, right?
Yep.
Everyone
Yeah.
has a question, but a lot of students make the mistake of not reading it properly. So I'm just a bit of like a sarcastic rule. Read the question. Guys, there's a lot of background noise. Could you please mute?
Oops.
This is embarrassing because some people would find out that your dad's just getting mad at, I don't know, someone. Like imagine someone watching YouTube and then your dad's talking stuff about this one uncle and that uncle's kid's watching the YouTube video and the kid's like, Dad, he's talking about you. All right. Okay. Rule number 1 is read the question. Rule number 2 is to highlight. Oops, let me just zoom in. Can I zoom in? All right. It doesn't let me do that. All right, let me just bring it to somewhere else. Oh, there you go. Format is black. So wait, oh, why is this not? Oh, it erased itself. Oops. Okay. Black. Okay. Rule number 1 is question. Rule number 2 is to highlight. So basically, highlight, circle, annotate, burn, circle. I don't know, anything you like. The key information.
I normally highlight when I do my English in school.
Oh, really? Okay. So yeah, highlight, circle. I just like to circle or underline. Up to you. Highlight the key information. Rule number 3 is to visualize the question. So with the key information that you have, visualize it. See if it makes sense. I'm going to explain how that looks like later. But it could be like, a small little drawing. It could be a table, a graph, stuff like that. All right. Rule number 4 is, after visualizing the question, is to solve it, to try it out, to see if you can solve with the information that you have. After, let's just say you're stuck, you still can't solve it. Step number 5 is to solve backwards. I'll explain what that means, or sub in the answers. Oops, answers. Answers. And rule number 6 is to check your answer. So these are the 6 rules. Now, you don't need to do these 6 rules every single question. For example, if you have a question like, 2 plus 2, do you need to read the question, how the information visualize the question, and stuff like that?
No.
Yeah, it's easy. You don't need to do that. But you need this when you're doing a really hard question. Like if you're stuck on it and you can't seem to solve it. So are you guys finished taking down these notes? Can I move on?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So rule number 1 is to read the question. So could Miss Jimmy read the question?
A freight train starts from Los Angeles and heads for Chicago at 40 miles per hour. 2 hours later, a passenger train leaves the same station for Chicago, traveling 60 miles per hour. How long before the passenger train overtakes the freight train?
Yep, good girl. So you read the question. Rule number 2 is to highlight the key information. So Yavenden, what's the key information here, bro?
40 miles per hour. 2 hours later,
Yep.
60 miles per hour.
Yep.
And the question, how long before the passenger train overtakes the freight train?
Right, so that's the key information. Step number 3 to visualize it. So the way you can visualize this is to kind of like draw. So draw, I don't know, like a little train station. So this is our train station. And we have our train 1 and then train 2. Okay? And then, you would insert it here, you'd say 60 miles per hour, and here you'd say 40 miles per hour. Try solve it like that. Straight away, you can't solve it immediately. So what you need to do is to solve backwards. So what I mean by solving backwards is that in some questions, you can work backwards by saying, like, if you know the train arrives at a certain time, work backwards from there. Or in this scenario, what you can do is sub in the answers. You look at the answers and you can insert the answers in and see if it makes sense. So let's look at the speed, distance, time formula. So the distance is speed times time. So what's the distance? Sorry, that the first train travels after 5 hours. So after 5 hours, for the first train, it's 5 plus 2 because it left 2 hours earlier. So 5 plus 2 is 7 times, and the speed was 40 miles per hour. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
And what's 7 times 40?
280
Miles. Right.
miles.
For the second train, it would be 5 times 60 because the speed is 60 and it travels 5 hours because it travels 5 hours, 2 hours later. Do you guys understand? And 5 times 60 is 300.
300.
So this train has already surpassed it. So 5 hours is too much. Go down 1 hour, which is 4, and 1 hour here, which is 6. 6 times 40 is 240. Oops. 240. And 4 times 6 is 240.
120, 240.
So that makes sense. And the correct answer is C, 4 hours. Do you guys understand?
Okay.
All right. So do you guys want your 5-minute break now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Melvin?
Okay, got it. All right. I'll use a pen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so is everyone ready to start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'll just quickly go through every single question, and if you don't get it, you can just tell me, and I'll go through it more slowly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 21. The pattern goes like this. So you have moved to the halfway point. That's +1. Remember, in this case, +1 would be half the length of the square. And then it's +2 going in a clockwise direction. So +1 and then +1 again. So it's +2. Right? So that's why it's now on this side in the middle. Next will be +3. So plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. Yep, now it's bottom left corner. And lastly, it should be plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so C should be your answer. Did everyone get that?
Yes.
Okay, very
Yeah.
nice. Okay. Next question. Okay, so here, right, there are 2 elements that's moving around. So let's focus on one of them first. Let's focus on this heart. It goes clockwise around this pentagon. So it goes from the top here, it goes 1, 2, right? And then it's just 1, and it's 1, 2, and next it's just 1. So it should be this corner. So you can already see that B is the right answer. But let's just look at this pattern just in case. Okay? So this is a straight line connecting from this vertex to this side. So let's focus on where this point moves. Okay, it moves around counterclockwise from vertex to vertex. So first it goes 1 to this to top here, and then 1 again, 1, and then 1. So it should be here. So this should be a point where it starts, and you connect to the opposite side. Yep. So it should be like this. So B is a perfect match. Okay. Okay, guys, there's a lot of echoing. Okay, let me try moving my headphone. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So everyone okay with 22?
Yes.
Yeah.
23. So again, there are 2 elements, a black circle and a white circle. So let's focus on the black circle first. Remember, in patterns where there are more than 1 element, you always choose one to focus on first. So let's look at the black one. So it goes plus 1, then goes plus 2, 1, 2, right? Then it's plus 1, and then next, since it's 1, plus 1, plus 2, plus 1, should be plus 2, 1, 2, will be at this corner. Okay, so now we can eliminate options B and D. So now it's just between options A and C. So now let's look at the white circle. Okay, here you can see that the white circle is at this corner, but then the white circle disappears. And the reason that you can't see it, right, is because it's covered by the black circle. See, when black overlaps with white, you only see the black circle, right? The white circle, so it seems that the white circle didn't change positions from 1 to 2.
I didn't know it was covered.
Yeah, this is something that happens, you know, sometimes you have a white shape and a black shape, right? And then for one of the patterns you see that the white shape is gone. So at those times you should try to figure out whether it's black circle, that black shape that's overlapping the white shape. Okay, so here, right, so it didn't change position, sit at this corner, and then it did. It's also going around this hexagon clockwise. So it moved 1, right? And then it didn't change, once again, it didn't change position. So now we can tell that the pattern is, so plus 0, no change, right? And then plus 1, 0, and next should be plus 1 in the clockwise direction. So we should move to this position here. So
Henry,
yes?
where's Melvin?
I think he said he's gonna go like get some tea or something. I'm not sure if he's coming.
Did he say that he was didn't he say that he was going to teach another class?
Did he? Did you guys?
I think he did.
Oh, okay. Then he.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he has a lot of online classes to teach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we should be fine. Yep. Yep. 23A. Okay. Now let's have a look at 24. So we just focus on this one line here, right? So at first it's on the right side, then it goes on to the left side. So we can see that it's actually what you call a 90-degree turn. Sorry, not 90 degrees, it's 180-degree turn. So that's 180 degrees. You guys know what 180 degrees is, right? If you have an arrow pointing up, so 90, you'll move from the top to pointing to the right side, and 180 is twice 90 degrees, so you'll be pointing in the opposite direction. Yeah. You guys know this? Yeah, okay, so first it's a 180-degree turn in the clockwise direction. Next, right, and what degree turn is this? Can you tell me? This is 1, from 2 to 3, right? From 1 to 2, that's a 180-degree turn. So what happens from 2 to 3?
90-degree turn.
Yeah, 90-degree turn also in the clockwise direction, right? So that's a 90-degree turn. And then we see a 180-degree turn again. Next should be 90-degree turn, right? Yeah, so you should be pointing to the left. So that's why C is the right answer. All right, everyone good?
Yeah.
No, but why can't it be A?
Sorry.
So,
Why
yeah.
can't it be A?
So because the pattern is, so it's rotating the clockwise direction, right? And then 180 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 90 degrees. So from this point,
Like help me like do like 180 degrees this side, and then it goes up, so 180 degrees down, and then it goes the same pattern or something like that.
okay, even if you look at it that way, right? You meant 180, then 270 in the opposite direction. So 180 degrees,
But that
right?
doesn't,
Coming this
yeah,
way.
that
Yeah.
would make sense, right?
So 270, and then 180, right?
Melvin,
Are you there, Melvin?
Henry,
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Henry,
Yes?
where's Felix?
Feel it.
He left.
He might join back again. Maybe he's like laptop's dead or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So does everyone understand 24?
Yeah.
It's just with 24, right? Kind of like the easiest way to kind of like visualize it is if you were to split this up. So let me just, I would say, all right. So if you were to split up the screen, so let's just say like this, there's 4 possible locations, right? So the line here, it can be in 4 possible locations. It could be up, right, down, left. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
So it starts off here. So it starts from here and it goes +2 to here. Then it goes +1 to here and then +2 to here. The next one should be +1 to here. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand.
Melvin, did you stop your video?
Yeah. Sorry, did I take a video?
Did you stop your own video? So I can only see the loyal logo.
Yeah. My video's not on.
Oh, okay, that's fine, yeah.
I'll just run it.
That's pretty cool. You just took control of this, yeah.
Sorry?
What's with the glasses?
You're writing on my thing, yeah.
Melvin,
Yeah.
what's with the glasses?
I wear it whenever I wear it. My IQ goes up 2,000 points.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
special
how
item.
glasses work. Yeah, okay. All right, so everyone good with 24?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know if you still have problems. Okay. 25. All right, this one's pretty straightforward. So it goes from corner to corner in clockwise direction. It starts from the top left corner, then it goes moves to the next corner, then the next one, so that's +2, right? And then it just moves across 1, so +1, then 2 again, +2. Yep. So lastly, it should be +1, right? So it should be in the bottom corner. So you already know that these are our answer, but just in case, let's look at the rotation of the arrow. Okay. So from 1 to 2, right? It rotates 180 degrees, and then it rotates 90 degrees. Then it's 180.
Henry,
Yes.
can I go check toilet?
Yeah, sure. Okay, and then lastly, should be 90 degrees. Yeah, so both patterns work out. Our answer is D. Okay. Yeah. 26. Okay, so we see this line in the middle and then two different shapes. So we have to look at this lightning bolt. Okay. Okay, so it's the first one it's above the line and then goes below the line, right? Then above the line, then below the line, right? Like a zigzag direction, like that. So next, it should be above the line and at the very end of the very right side.
Yep.
So, yep, so it should be here. Okay. So that leaves us with options C and D. Let's cross out A and B. Okay, then we can have a look at the circle, the smiley face. The smiley face, right? It goes up to the top. That's one step. Yeah. And then next, it backs back around, right? That counts as one step as well. First one. Sometimes, when the shape reaches the end, right? Sometimes it either comes back down or it wraps back around to the other side. In this case, it wraps back around. Okay. And then, so from the bottom here, then it moves up to the line. So that's +1. So in total, it moves +2. Okay. +1 here, +2. And then it moves from below the line to just above the line. And that's +1. Next will be +2. So the first one will be just moving to the top, like in number 2 here. And then, so where does it go after reaching the top? It should come back down, right? To the very bottom. Yeah. So +1 again. So it should be D. Did I make it clear? You guys understand?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So just remember, yeah. So when it reaches the end, it just comes back down, and that counts as one movement. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So 27 is pretty straightforward. You don't even have to look at the rotation of the moon. So the pattern is just, the first is outside the triangle. So it moves inside, right? Comes outside, and moves inside again. So it should come outside. So, and the only option where the moon is outside is option A. So it comes out this way. Yeah, you're left with that. This one's pretty straightforward. Now let's have a look at question 28. So we'll look at this start. Okay. So it starts outside the shape, right? Like this corner here. And then it moves to the next corner. And then it goes inside the shape, right? Then it moves to the next corner along. And then goes outside the shape. And the next corner and inside the shape. So it should move again to the next corner. And because it's outside the shape, next one you should be, sorry, it's inside the shape. Next you should be outside the shape. So you're left with option B. Yeah, everyone clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
question 29. Okay, in this case, we're looking at two hearts. So in the first one, we can only see one heart because the two hearts are overlapped. Right? There's actually two hearts there, but they're overlapping. That's why you can only see one. But then they split from two. Okay, so one of the hearts, right, goes from the top left corner to the top right corner, like this. Okay. Okay, let's just focus on one of the hearts first. We underline this one. We'll make sure we look at this one. Okay. And then next, both hearts overlap. So we know that this one also moves to the bottom corner here. And then following the previous two patterns, it should move again to the clockwise direction to the next corner. Yep, so it's there. And then lastly, it should move up to the top left corner. Right, so it should be a heart here. That's one of the heart. So already we're left with only options A and D I mean, sorry, no, just so we can already eliminate option B, but also option D, because we know that there are only 2 halves to begin with, so not like 5. So we can cross this out right away. So now we just have to decide whether it's A or C. So to do that, we look at the other half. So the other half starts from this corner, then moves to the center, right? And then it moves down again. So we can tell that the movement occurs diagonally, like this. That's the movement. So it goes from this corner to the center, that's one step. Then moves to the opposite corner, just one more step, right? And what happens is that it wraps back around to the top corner again. Yeah, here. Then it should move once again back to the center. So the other half should be right in the center here. So yeah, the option A matches. Yeah. Is everyone good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to 30, right? So let's look at this sign here. I don't know what it's called. It's called the no smoking sign. Okay, so in the first pattern
That's
here,
like a no sign.
no sign, yeah, no sign. Okay, so here it's present in the center, and then it's gone. It's completely gone. So there's no overlap because these two shapes are different. So normally they can't overlap. So we know that it just disappears, and then it reappears in the third one, and then it disappears again. So in the fifth one, it should reappear. Right? So we can cross out option B. Next, we look at the cloud. So the cloud starts at the center on this top side and moves to the center point on the right side. And then it moves to the center point on the left side. So you should go, so we know that one movement is from one side to the next, right? So you should move twice. First, it moved to the bottom side, and then it moved up to the left side. So it's +1, +2, and then it goes, sorry, yeah, +1, +2, and it goes plus, wait, there's 1 here, and then goes 1, 2. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, I was a bit confused. Yeah, so it goes to +1 because remember, +1 in this case is just from one point, the center of one side to the center of the next side. It's like moving 90 degrees. So next it should +2. It should move twice. So move once and you'll be here. Move again. It should be +1, 1, 2, 1. Oh yeah, so it should be down here at the bottom. So which gives us option C. Yeah. Okay. 31 is pretty easy. Okay, so it's a shape, right? It flips. It flips along this axis. And then it changes color. So it goes from black to white. Well, so there's no movement. So first there is movement, there's a flip. And then there's just color change. The next should be a flip, right? It flips along the same axis again. And so then we have another color change. So it'll turn black, so, which gives us option D. Okay, for 32, right, there's 3 separate squares we can look at, which we have to look at each of them individually. So let's look at the leftmost one here, so this square. Okay. So we just let's focus on this column. All right. We can tell that it moves down 1 to the center. Then it moves down 1 again. And then now, instead of wrapping it back around to the top, it actually moves back up again. So that's the other pattern that can happen when a shape moves, is at the edge. So in this case, it actually moves back up. the next one should continue back up. That's at the top here. Okay, so we can cross out B and D. Okay, so next we look at the center square here. So it moves up 1. Okay, go on this. It moves up 1. And then in this case, okay, it doesn't continue back down. It actually wraps down to the very bottom here. So now it's here. And then it continues moving up. So +1 again. Then you should continue to move up again. So it should also be at the top here. Yep. And that basically gives us C. So yeah. I mean, we can have a look at the last pattern if you want. So it just goes at the bottom here, it goes to the top, and then bottom, top, then bottom. So yeah, here. So that gives us option C. But by the time you look through the first two, you already have your answer. All right, 33. Okay, so what's happening here is that the parts that overlap cancels each other out. Okay, well, the parts that don't overlap, they add on to each other. So here, right? So let's look for the common elements between these two. Okay, we know that this diagonal line is common. So when these two lines overlap in the next shape, they disappear. So here you see that this line is gone. Well, the other parts, they don't overlap, right? So this line, right? It's not in this shape, but in the second shape. So it reappears in the third one. So, and then the white circle and black circle are also unique. That's why they both appear in the third pattern. Okay. So we look at these two. We'll look at 1 and 2 to get 3. And now we look at 2 and 3 to get 4. Okay, we'll look at these two to get 4. So what cancels out? The black circles, right? The two black circles appear in both shapes. So they cancel each other out. So there's no black circle. The white circle is only in 3, so it reappears in 4. Okay, so now it's this diagonal line from so top right to bottom left. So now it's this line that's overlapping. So yeah, that disappears. So what we're left with is just the white circle and the diagonal line. And now to get 5, right, we have to look at 3 and 4. So what overlaps? So the two white circles overlap, right? So we know that there cannot be a white circle in our last shape. So now the black circle doesn't overlap, so it should reappear, right? So we pretty much already have our answer, yeah. So these two lines, right, they don't overlap, so both of them appear in 5. So yeah, it should be option A. Okay. 34.
Henry, could you come closer to the microphone? It's really quiet.
Oh, okay, is it? Okay. All right. Let me just turn the volume up a bit. Yep. Am I a bit louder now?
Slightly, yeah.
Sorry, okay. Actually, you're quite loud, but I don't know if my mic doesn't very well. Okay, yeah. All right, I'll try to speak a little louder then.
Okay.
All right, so 34. Okay, so we look at this shape here, right? So it's the twin triangles here. Okay. So first it points to this direction, and then next it moves clockwise, so that it's in line with this vertex. So it points this side, and then she points this corner right here, and then it just moves like around each corner basically. So in the last one, it should be pointing back up here. Yeah. So it's either B or C. Okay. Then we look at the circle. So when this shape rotates, right, the circle moves around the spaces pretty much. So here, you know that it's in the big space, the big triangle here. So next it moves to this triangle, right? And next it should move to the other triangle, which it did. And then again to this big triangle. So you should move around to this triangle here. Yep. Which you can see, right, when this whole shape turns, right, it should still remain this triangle. So it's option B. Yep. Does everyone get it? Yep. No problem with question with 34. Okay. Just stop me when you don't understand. Okay. All right. So 35. Again, there's a circle and there's a star. So the circle moves from corner to the center, then to the opposite corner, then comes back to the center, right? So it should move back up to the original corner up here. All right. And then the star pretty much moves in the opposite diagonal. So it moves to the center here in the opposite corner. But for the star, it doesn't move back up. It just wraps back to its original position. So it's here. And then it should move down again to the center. Yep. So the star, we have the star in the center and the circle in this corner here, which gives us option C. Yeah, should be pretty straightforward. All right, 36. So for this one, what happens is that the stars gradually move inside to the middle strip. So we have this star moving inside, and then the right star also moving to the central strip. So now we have these two stars actually overlapping to form this one here, right? And next, the bottom two stars start moving inside. So this left one goes in, and then the right one would go in as well. So we're left with two stars that each made up of two outside stars overlapping, which gives us option B. Okay. All right, question 37. So here we have the numbers changing and also the outer shape changing. So let's have a look at the number first. So we have 1, 3, then 2, 4. Right? So what's the pattern? It goes +2, -1, +2, -1. So it should +3, right? So yeah, we can cross out A and we can cross out C. So it's between B or D. So now let's look at the outer shape here. It goes, okay, so let's map this, right? So it turns 90 degrees, right? Okay, let's find a reference point. Okay, let's say this side is the reference point and it's pointing up in this first one, right? So pointing up, and next it undergoes a 90 degrees turn clockwise. So next is here. Yep, pointing this way, and then 90 degrees again, pointing down. 90 degrees, pointing left. So in the last shape, we should be pointing up. Yep, which gives us D. I see someone else went to space. Okay. Now 38. There are actually 4 shapes here. So, okay. So this position of the shapes relative to each other doesn't seem to change. We know that the star, right? So the star is always right next to the heart and the cylinder, and it's always across from the cube. So when all the shapes rotate around, right? So their positions relative to each other maintains the same. So okay, so when the star goes up here, right? So every shape moves 90 degrees pretty much. Yeah. So and then we get this. Yeah. So all shapes moving in the same pattern here. Yep. So it's like a 90-degree rotation each time. So oops, here it should be. So all the shapes should have moved left. in a circle here. So the star should be in this corner. Yep. Cylinder should be up here. Cube should be in this corner, and the heart should be down here. So, yep. So we have option B. 39. So now you said there's a trick. It's a trick question here. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go into it. So could you zoom that in, Henry?
Yep. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Can you yeah, just zoom in on the image?
Okay. How do I do that? Yeah, like this.
Yeah, just and up a bit more. Thank you, Henry.
Yep.
Okay, so if you look at this question, what I want you to, let me open up the annotation. Awesome. Yeah, do you see how A and C is the same? A is touching the borders, C is not. None of these questions have the icons touching the borders. C is the correct answer. Now, the reason we included a weird question like that is because in GATE, there's some questions that have like, complete nonsensical like logic behind it. So Henry, could you just go to like a blank space and just zoom in so I can just use it as a whiteboard?
Blank space.
If you scroll down, I think you can find the spot. With just a bit more for the reading comprehension questions, just a bit more down. Bit more down. There you go. Just down there. Yeah, just zoom in there. So that would work. Is that the maximum zoom?
Wait. I'm using this. Let's see.
If that is, that's fine. I'll just work with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So here's your pattern. So the pattern is 1. Let me just make the font bigger then. Let's see. So 1, 0, 8, 6.
Marvin,
Mm-hmm.
we can't see your workings.
Yeah, it's just showing up. All right, there you go.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's the sequence. All right, guess which number comes next. All right, don't guess it, just send us the answers. Guess send me your answers. You. Priyanka, you're wrong. Yavenden, you're wrong. Etna, you're wrong. All right, I'm gonna give you 30 more seconds. All right, so time's up. So Jenny, you got that wrong as well. So Henry, do you know what the pattern is?
It's just space, right? It's like
So yeah, that's it. So it's like the number of circles. So in this 0 circles, 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, 4 circles. So your answer can be something like 8, 8, 8, 1, something like that. So the answer could be 6, 8, 8. Do you guys understand? 5 circles.
Yeah.
So this is a crazy question. I'm gonna give you one more crazy question. Let's see if you guys figure it out. Actually, yeah, you won't be able to do it through online. All right, never mind. But basically, do you guys understand how like some questions have like very crazy reasoning?
Yeah.
Another one, actually, I think I can give you one more. So how about this? Find the next. What comes next?
Wait. We can't see it.
Yeah,
You
there's
can't see
nothing
it?
there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. There you go, there you go.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, so I have a few answers coming in. So I have E, P, L. Okay, all of those are wrong. The next one is D. D.
Melvin,
Yeah,
I can't really see the question.
it's on the screen. It's in the middle.
I know, but ASON.
Yep.
What
The
does
next
that
one is
stand?
D.
How is it D?
Is there anyone who knows why it's D?
Because it's the next letter after A and S on the keyboard.
August, September, October, November.
Oh,
Oh.
I get it.
All right, so basically what I wanted to teach you guys is that in generability, you can get some crazy questions like that. All right, so I want to go through your homework and then you're free to go home. All right, so your homework for next week is to complete, let me screen share. Henry, can I screen share? Thanks, Henry. All right, so your homework for next week is to
Melvin,
complete the reading comprehension. So all of week 5. So all of week 5 for homework. Do not
Melvin?
do week 6. 1 second. Let me just finish, guys.
Do we
Thank
do
you.
week?
1
Do
sec,
we do
guys. Let me
week
just
6?
finish. Let me just
No,
finish,
we
guys.
don't.
Guys. All right. So I have 2 rules in my classroom, right? And that applies to me and that applies to Henry as well. The first rule is you need to do your homework. The second rule is don't speak when other people are speaking. So I'm more than happy to answer your questions. You just have to wait till I'm finished. Okay? All right. So your homework is all of week 5. don't do week 6. Do not do week 6. Everything above that, you do it. So just the reading comprehension. So your homework is a reading comprehension, and it is to do a writing homework. And the writing topic is lights. L-I-G-T. G-H-T. L-I-G-H-T. Lights.
Melvin,
Yep,
like I said, can we do a poem instead?
you can, but you have to do a poem based on lights.
Okay.
Melvin,
Yep.
like when you say like lights, can we like do a report or something?
You can. That's fine.
Melvin?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Joel?
What? Does
Oh,
can you choose what type of poem it can be?
you can choose. Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay.
Yes, Priyanka? Oh, so Priyanka, for your homework, you don't have to do the reading comprehension, but you need to do the lights writing homework, all right? Actually, if you can, what I can do is I might go to the office to pick up the booklet. Can you just ask your mom to text me your address? And once I pick it up, I can just drop it off your house. All right, no problem. So do you guys have any other questions? All right, if not, I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.